And thank you all for joining us. We've got a nice group of people here. We have 30
You want to see it like this?
people here for our virtual
Okay, then.
open house. Now, part of the program is going to be live and part is going to be video recorded. We're going to be seeing the common spaces here at Vantage Point, including the dining rooms, the bistro, fireplace, dining rooms, marketplace, and we're going to see the movie theater, library, a lot of the common spaces where
I did.
consider those your home as well as the residences, the apartment residences on the whole. So we'll have video of 4 model apartments, a 1-bedroom, a 1-bedroom deluxe, a 2-bedroom, and we're very fortunate to have a 2-bedroom with den. So we'll get to see the range from the smallest 1-bedroom apartment up to the largest apartment on the penthouse today. So thank you for joining us. I think it's going to be educational as well as a little, hopefully a little fun. And before the end, you'll have a chance to speak with 5 of our residents and ask them questions directly about life here at Vantage Point.
Are you using your phone?
So we're going to meet a couple of very important people here at Vantage Point. Heather Funk, who is the new executive director. She had been interim executive director until just last week when she was formally announced as the full-time executive director. We're going to have a chance to meet Leo Park, our interim administrator for health services. We also have Katie Travers, our lifestyle advisor, joining us. Tina Hampton, her co-lifestyle advisor, both excellent, very highly educated and very good at helping people find the right community and find the right decisions for themselves. Melissa Lutz, who is the new marketing coordinator, is with us, and she is available to assist also with any technical concerns you have, such as trouble logging in or can't find the correct password, so forth. So I'd like at this point to introduce Heather Funk, our new fully fledged executive director. She is with Life Care Services. Welcome, Heather.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. I finally have now mastered remembering to take myself off mute before talking, a year into this pandemic. But I just want to thank everyone for taking the time to be here with us for this virtual tour today. It's a pleasure to be able to have this opportunity to speak with all of you. We've had, many challenges throughout this pandemic, but it has allowed us to connect in new ways that we did not before. So I'm very excited about, the use of technology and how we can connect with all of you now that we may not have before. As Patty mentioned, I work with Life Care Services, which is the management company here at residences at Vantage Point. I've been with Life Care Services now for 7 years. 2 of those years have been spent here at this very community. I served as the community's administrator up until last week. Well, I guess in November, I stepped into the interim executive director role, but I have worked directly here at this community now for just about 2 years. Something that makes this community really special is the relationship that we have with the management company, Life Care Services. Life Care Services was just awarded for the 2nd year in a row, the #1 retirement community company for resident satisfaction and independent living. So we are very fortunate to have Life Care Services as a resource to provide the best possible resident satisfaction that we can here at the community. In my experience with Life Care Services, I've also had the opportunity to work at other communities. I would have to say that there's just something really special about this particular community, the residences at Vantage Point. We have been here in this community, a part of Columbia, for the last 30 years. As many of you know, what's happened in Columbia over the last 30 years is just incredible, the amount of culture and growth that has happened. And we are right here in the heart of Columbia experiencing the growth as this community has grown. And another thing that's really great is our relationship with our not-for-profit board of directors. It's not very often that you get a board of directors that is so immersed within the community that they serve. We have very good relationships with the director and leadership team here at the community, with our board, but it's our residents who are able to connect with our board of directors as well. They're a direct sounding board. They listen to our residents. They hear every single day what our residents want, and it's just a beautiful partnership between the board and the residents and staff here at the community. And you know, that's just really, it's hard to compare this community to anything else because it's so unique, given our location and our great relationships with our management company, Life Care Services, and our board of directors. I just really hope that you all get the opportunity and experience to, you know, really feel that close knit relationship and community feeling that I'm talking about. And I look forward to hopefully having the opportunity to meet all of you face to face someday. So thank you for having me introduce myself, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the tour today.
Thank you, Heather. Thank you very much. We are very fortunate that Heather has decided to make residences at Vantage Point her home, as well as Maryland her home. So welcome, Heather, and best wishes for a long journey ahead with us. Next, I'd like to introduce Leo Park, who plays a very important role here at Vantage Point as our interim administrator. He has extensive previous experience and a history here in Maryland as well, personally. So Leo, we're very glad to have you as part of the team. Please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure, thank you, Patty. As Patty mentioned, I work for Life Care Services as well. I've been doing quite a bit of traveling the last 5 years, but Maryland is where I consider home, so it's great to be back. I was asked to speak a little bit about the healthcare side of Vantage Point, so I'll do that. So Vantage Point's very fortunate that, excuse me, Vantage Point's very fortunate that they truly have a full continuum of care here. So they have an open clinic for, which makes it very convenient for all of our residents to utilize for non-emergent medical issues or reasons. And there's a physician that visits here as well. In addition to that, Vantage Point also has assisted living, memory care, as well as a full skilled nursing component tied in, which is extremely helpful as some of our residents will need additional levels of care. It's all in-house if that day comes. And we're very happy to talk about our skilled nursing component here, which includes full rehab, PT, OT, and speech therapy. And we're very proud to announce that we are a five-star health center here. Back to you, Patty.
Great, thank you, Leo. Yes, your team there with all of the health services from short-term needs to longer-term full-service nursing care really does an outstanding job. And that is one of the, it is not the main reason people consider continuing care retirement communities like residents at Vantage Point. Really, it's lifestyle. So I'm go into why people choose continuing care retirement communities. It really is a lifestyle choice. And everyone's life's timing and finances help make your choice more specific to the type of community, the location of the community, what financial models they offer, and of course, you know, where you find people that will you'll fit in with, that share your values and that are trying to achieve the same life goals as you. So it's a very unique decision, and that's what Katie, Tina, myself, Melissa are all here to do, is help you sort through what the right timing and all the other details are about and what's right for you. Really, what I like to encourage people to look at is simplified living. We include services in our monthly fee that include maintenance, housekeeping, all of the groundskeeping. So with spring coming, those of you who are still mowing your lawn and having to take care of those chores, people who live here find that our lawn service does a fine job for them now. We offer scheduled transportation to shopping or medical appointments so that if the weather's bad or other transportation issues arise, you can always reserve transportation through us. We have on-site 24-hour emergency call service included as part of the monthly fee with 24-hour security on site. And wellness-oriented programming, as well as educational and cultural programming, are all part of what's provided here, included in the monthly fee. So those are things that the fitness center is here for you with personal trainers, with a number of different classes that over the last year have been offered online, but hopefully soon will be once again in person. So those are all part of what's available here, as well as the simplification of knowing a lot of things that you pay for individually in your own home have been consolidated into one monthly bill to simplify tracking utility bills, property taxes, homeowners insurance, cable television, wireless internet, telephone bills. All of those things are in one all-inclusive monthly fee. So it really makes keeping track of your payments very easy, and you know what your bill is going to be pretty well month to month. Dining choices. We have a dining program, a flexible monthly dining allowance that is approximately $350 per person included as part of the monthly fee. And you have choices for formal as well as informal dining, from our bistro to our fireside dining, carry out from the marketplace. And throughout COVID, our staff has gone above and beyond by offering delivery service of 3 meals a day, hot meals off of our full menus. So we have striven to provide the same type of service throughout COVID, even if it's not together in the dining room. We have an auditorium for programs, a movie theater. Again, the wellness center and fitness programs with the personal trainers, library, a beautiful Sidwell garden with raised bed gardens for residents to plant vegetables, grow flowers, whatever you would like to do when you go digging in the dirt at this time of year. There's card and game rooms, creative arts, walking trails on site, as well as those that connect us to the greater Columbia area. Our campus is just about a mile to the downtown area, to the Lake Kittamakundi waterfront and Whole Foods. So it's a very nice and convenient opportunity to get out, get exercise, get fresh air. And really, Columbia is our campus, being located right in town center. We have access to Oakland Manor Community Center, which is right behind our campus, with their tennis courts and pickleball courts. So we're really connected to the heart of everything Columbia has to offer, not to mention just a short drive from Washington, D.C. and Baltimore, as well as the three major airports in this area. BWI is only about 15 minutes away, so you can connect to the world right out your back door here. And what Leo mentioned is one of the key reasons people look to continuing care retirement communities or life plan communities, which is providing a solution or a plan for any of life's unexpected events, including seamless access to our on-site healthcare services, which include not only a wellness clinic for everything from blood pressure checks and annual flu shots to visiting physicians, as well as a resident services agency for in-home care in your independent living apartments with the full continuum of licensed assisted living, memory support assisted living, and long-term skilled and comprehensive nursing care, which is a Medicare certified. And as Leo mentioned, we have our CMS 5-star rating. We have on-site therapy and rehabilitation programs, all of which are guaranteed through our residency agreement. One of the benefits people find is that you don't have to look for those types of programs or services when a crisis arises. They know the nurses, they know the staff, they have friends, they visited friends who have been in those service areas. So it's not a hurry up type of decision. You've made it and you don't have to think about it again. You know that you'll be getting high quality care. Again, the peace of mind is priceless, knowing that you have a plan in place no matter what the future holds. It's the MasterCard advertisement. You have peace of mind for family and those important to you, so that you've made the decisions about your future so that they don't have to take that responsibility on. And you can provide financial security through our life care residency agreement, which can help you avoid high long-term nursing care costs by providing a predictable monthly service fee, regardless of when or how you access the health center. And with the refundable entrance fees that we offer, you have a way to provide for security for estate planning purposes as well. We offer the 2 financial plans at Vantage Point, one of which we're talking about our life care program. The life care program residency agreement is a higher service fee plan, and it does have a higher entrance fee relative to our fee for service plan because it does cover future costs of care at a predictable cost throughout the continuum. Here at Vantage Point, the single person monthly fee will remain virtually the same as you access the long-term healthcare services of assisted living, memory support, and nursing. The second person fee will be significantly below market rate because we use a weighted average monthly fee, which is currently just over $4,700 a month, which currently assisted living market rate costs in Howard County are between $6,000 and $8,000 a month. And average nursing care costs in Howard County are approximately $10,000 a month or more. So you can see how planning ahead with our life care option really is a good financial plan. It helps with your estate conservation with our refundable entrance fees. And importantly, it offers an annual medical tax deduction if you qualify by being a prepaid medical expense. So as long as it would qualify, you can use that toward an annual medical tax deduction for a significant portion of the monthly fees. The second financial plan we offer is what's called fee for service. There is still an entrance fee and an ongoing monthly fee, but while you are in independent living, both entrance and monthly fees are lower relative to the life care option for the same residences. However, as you should access the higher levels of health care, you would pay at what the then current market rates were. As I mentioned, again, the average monthly nursing care costs in our area are around $10,000 or more per month. The benefits of the fee for service and what makes it an appealing option is that you're only paying for healthcare services you need at the time you need it. Or for those who have already been paying into or have received long-term care insurance benefits, that's something you don't have to pay for twice because some of the monthly fees for life care are considered long-term care insurance type payments. So you would be able to use those benefits if you have a long-term care insurance policy, or if you like to or if you've otherwise planned to pay for health services in the future, should you need them, a fee-for-service might be the right financial plan for you. We like to say that we offer options to help tailor to everyone's particular needs and what they've planned for. I mentioned refundable entrance fees, and we have both a traditional declining refund option as well as 2 guaranteed minimum return of investments. The traditional declining refund option is the lowest entrance fee relative to either of the guaranteed return of capital plans. And what happens is the amount that is refunded to you should you move permanently from Vantage Point declines or amortizes over a period of 50 months. If you should leave permanently within those 50 months, you would get a declining return of what your investment originally was. After 50 months, you simply live here, receive all of the benefits, continue to be part of the pickleball team and have access to all of the wellness and healthcare. But there's no return when you permanently move from the community. We offer a 50% refundable option as well as a 90% guaranteed return of entrance fee for those who would like to assure themselves a fixed amount would go back to them or their estate when they leave the community. So the refunds again are paid based on what you paid at move-in. They do not appreciate. And also the monthly fees may vary depending on which type of contract you choose, financial option, fee for service or life care, and may also be affected by declining refund or not refundable options. So you want to be sure you're looking into that and explore that with myself, Katie, or Tina when you're looking at residences at Vantage Point or any other community. So it's less expensive to stay in my current home. Fact or myth? Well, most people in my nearly 30 years of working in this industry have come up and calculated the costs of living in and maintaining their current home are about the same, if not more, than paying the monthly fee here at a continuing care retirement community. When you factor in the property taxes, housekeeping costs, heating, air conditioning, utility bills, insurance on the property, if you belong to a homeowners association, all of your telephone, television, and internet services all add up. And then you want to remember to include the repair and replacement costs of some of the major components of your home, the roof, the furnace, appliances, ongoing renovations to keep the home's value maintained as comparable to others in your market area. So that ongoing investment is sometimes known as the hidden mortgage. So you want to be sure that you're including those costs when you're comparing where you live today to a move to a CCRC such as Vantage Point. So, you know, if you want to take a chart and sort of map it out, you can see where everything is included, and then you compare your bottom line to the monthly fee here. And as I said, most people have found that it's similar, or the CCRC is even slightly less. So because of the financial considerations, you know, does it make sense to wait until you have fewer options or less options to make a decision? What do you do, and who will make that decision for you? If you want to be sure that you've put plans in place for yourself, sooner is better than later, because you don't want to wait until you don't qualify for life care, because costs for care certainly continue to go up. There are annual increases to the fees at any community, as well as if you, just like any other insurance product, you do have some qualification factors that need to be considered with the different life care or fee-for-service contracts. And does it make sense to protect your assets as well as have the best lifestyle and best health care? So those are some of the considerations and some of the questions to think about as you're exploring your options. So I know one of the reasons people have joined us today is to talk about the money. Of course, you know, money is an important factor in any decision. But the residences at Vantage Point fees are based on an entrance fee, based on the size of the apartment, the agreement type, and of course, the amount of the refund. So the wide range of entrance fees are from currently $145,201 up to $725,757. A second person fee for a fee for service residency agreement is $20,000, and for a life care type A is $25,000. Monthly fees start at $2,605, I'll round up, and go to $7,700 approximately a month, with an additional second person for those who are coming in with two people into an apartment. So this is not an insignificant investment. So it is something you want to be sure you've done your research on. And the life care advantage really is what is unique about Vantage Point, in that we are the only life plan or continuing care retirement community in Howard County that offers a life care model residency agreement. So when you're comparing your options in this area, you want to be sure to look at what's included in the monthly fee, not just the day you move in, but over the life of the time you plan to live there. And with a life care agreement, I've used a 1-bedroom deluxe apartment style, which is one of our most common apartment styles here, as the example. So for independent living, the monthly fee is $4,274. Should you move to assisted living, the only additional cost would be for 2 additional meals a day, making that an annual cost of just under $60,000. Compare that with someone who stayed in their current home in the community, where a monthly household cost would be about $2,200 a month. Should you need to move to assisted living, an average assisted living in Howard County is around $207 per day, or $5,870 a month, over $70,000 a year. So it's over $10,000 a year annual savings having chosen the life care agreement, or over 10 years, that's over $105,000. So that's part of the value that a life care agreement offers you, is not only it is that lifetime savings, that's where your estate preservation really comes in, that you could have saved yourself or your estate, you know, in excess of $10,000 a month, should you need the health care. How does that work to qualify? And just like any insurance, once you need it, it becomes unaffordable if you can get it. So life care is a little bit more lenient than buying long-term care insurance, but there are qualification terms. And it really is a product for planners. You know, a lot of people who consider this type of lifestyle have planned for themselves. They were in careers that they were planning for. They planned throughout their lives to save and to work hard and make sure that they had options for themselves when they reached retirement age. So, you know, you can't wait till it's too late. One of the other criteria to move into a CCRC is that there's a financial affordability application process. So are 2 pieces that you would look at, whether you're considering residences at Vantage Point or any other community. So that, you know, the saying is, for life care, it's better to come 5 years too soon than 5 minutes too late. So let's take a look. We have community amenities. That was the community center. Those were views of many of the areas that are shared by residents and that really do become a full part of your home. The next video we'd like to show is to give you a tour of the Senator apartment, which is our small one-bedroom residence. It is what we call our smart apartments. So savvy, modern, affordable, ready to go, and tech-centric smart apartments. They have everything you need. And what's so savvy about it is they're move-in ready. They have all the technology you can think of for today. And also it has the lowest of the entrance fees and monthly fees. So you get to have all of the benefits of the residency agreement, access to all of the amenities, and you haven't spent as much as some of your neighbors have. So your housing costs are lower, but the lifestyle is just as great. So here is the Senator apartment. The next apartment is our executive one-bedroom deluxe, which is the apartment that I used in the example for the fees and the benefits of life care. So again, it's a one-bedroom deluxe. It has, again, a balcony, full kitchen, living room, dining area, full bath, and I hope you enjoy. But now hopefully you can see why that is such an appealing and attractive apartment and why it's been so popular. We're going to start with the 2 bedrooms. This is our Regency 2-bedroom, and this is a unique apartment because it is on our garden level. So we've got a beautiful patio to enjoy, especially on a day like today. And today has the perfect type of weather to sit out on the patio and enjoy some lemonade or iced tea and just watch the birds and the wildlife. The next and final apartment is our Oxford. It is a 2-bedroom and den, and it is a penthouse apartment, which makes it, again, quite unique, as there's only 1 floor of penthouse. And I would want to thank our current residents who shared their home with us. This is a currently occupied apartment. So thank you to our residents who opened up their doors for us to share with you today. Well, that certainly demonstrates the views, the natural light, and of course, the range of options from a very comfortable one bedroom that allows you to pull the door shut and travel as eventually will be re-allowed. And just to go about your day and enjoy everything Vantage Point and Columbia has to offer, up to, you know, spacious one bedroom deluxe, 2 bedrooms, and very large, spacious 2 bedrooms with dens, with spectacular views of Columbia and Howard County. So I know we have some folks who have started their chat. But I'd like to introduce to you all Bobby Fagan, Holly Thomas, Jancy Rogers, Bob Kibler, and Harvey Moran, who will be our resident Q&A panel. They have all chosen to live at residences at Vantage Point at different points in their lives. They've been here different lengths of time, and we welcome them and thank them for contributing to today's open house, and we will have questions available for them. Let me just make sure that they are all unmuted and that we can hear them. Great, I think they're live. Can we can see everyone, I believe. So I'd like to open this up. Apologies, everyone. Apologies, everyone. That was switching over to a different camera and a different microphone, so apologies. Jancy, Bob, would you introduce yourselves, please?
I'm Jancy Rogers, and I'm married to Bob Kibler, and we moved in here June 29th of 2019. And we had known for several years that we wanted to move here, but there was a wait list at the time, so we waited, and finally we're here, and we've been here now nearly 2 years. Bob?
Yep, they've been happy years. We found a lot of things to do here and a lot of folks to do them with. It's been a very important and a very good part of our lives together.
My name's Harvey Moran. I moved here in August 2019, and I moved here with my wife, but my wife passed since then, and so I now live here alone. But it's a good place, it's a great place to live, and we've enjoyed it.
Thank you very much. Bobby?
Hi there, I'm Bobby Fagan. I guess I've been here the longest of this group. My husband and I came here over 10 years ago, and we were not thinking at all of ever moving into this type of community. In fact, we had just built fairly recently a beautiful retirement home out in the country. But things change in life. He was diagnosed with Parkinson's. And even though he was still working, doing well, driving, we knew that was going to change. And so we thought we'd look around and see what we needed to do for the future. Well, once we did look around and we found Vantage House, which it was called then, and we just fell in love with the whole idea of having our future taken care of, and there were so many advantages, and so we moved in then, and it was, I don't know how we got so smart so suddenly, because it was the best thing we ever did. My husband's condition did progress, and we couldn't have had more support from the staff, from everything here. When we came, he was able to participate in all the activities. He loved it. And as time went on, he got support from the community, from the wonderful people and the staff. And until he really got so to a position where we had to put him in the health unit, which was wonderful because I could go back and forth all day. I had all 3 meals with him, even though he was in nursing care and I was still in my apartment in independent living. It's a marvelous option for couples because one person's going to get sick first, and you don't have to go looking for a place that they can stay that's far away. It's something we never thought of, worked out very well, and I am still just thrilled to be here. Love the activities, most of all, love the people.
Thank you, Bobby. Holly, would you introduce yourself, please?
Hello, my name is Holly Thomas. Hello, everybody. And I moved in here maybe a little over 4 years ago. And my husband had already died. And I knew Vantage Place from the wonderful receptions. My organization had lots of receptions here. And I visited here quite often, and I was able to move into the apartment of my choice right away, and made many friends, and there were lots of, I like it here because we're close to downtown. It is walkable. There's so many of the arts here. We're close to the Howard Community College Theater, to chamber music concerts by a number of groups here in Columbia, and also the theater nearby. The theater at the mall shows the ballet and the opera, and I was there every Sunday and Saturday. And it's close to Baltimore. Many people subscribe to the Baltimore Symphony, and went in Sunday afternoons. And Washington, we had the trips to Arena Stage. You have to realize that sort of stopped when the arts shut down, but we'll start it up again. And after I broke an ankle, I moved in. That when I flew back from the West Coast, I went to the health center upstairs. They took very good care of me. and had physical therapy here in the building, which was wonderful, and recovered from that. And I was very fortunate. The one thing that there's a and during this COVID pandemic, I felt that the executive director and the staff took very, very, very good care of us. Not one independent living person here was positive for COVID. Isn't that right, Katie? We didn't have any COVID outbreak among the independent living people.
We
Only, yes.
we had very diligent protocols, infection
Yes.
control protocols, and weekly testing of staff and all the residents in the health center. So we, of course, did have some cases here within the staff and health center resident population, which was unavoidable anywhere. But we have done exceptionally well throughout the course of this past year with the pandemic. And we have had 3 rounds of vaccine clinics come through, and we're very happy to say that 100% of the residents, or nearly 100% of the residents, have had both of their vaccines, and we're at over 80% of staff members have had both of their vaccines. So we have, we're very excited to be part of moving into a new normal as we move forward.
And to get our vaccines, all we did was go to the 2nd floor and CVS was waiting for us.
Yes, and it will be lovely to go to the new normal, as you say. It'll be so. In fact, next week, many of us are going to a concert at the Chrysalis. Do you all know where the Chrysalis is? And we're going to see a chamber orchestra there. So that'll be fun. And I see people I know there waiting to get in. Should I say their name? No, but I used to see you a lot at the Kennedy Center. You know who you are.
Well, thank you all for
You're
introducing
welcome.
yourselves. There was a question that was posed in the chat. What is involved in housekeeping? And well, we do include weekly housekeeping as well as linen service, which is your flat linens and bath linens. So for weekly housekeeping, they would do a light vacuum, clean the floors, the bathroom. So take care of the heavy lifting of the apartment, of keeping the home clean.
Change your bed.
Patty,
Change the bed, yes.
one friend of mine who talked about possibly moving in does not want the change. She wants to bring her own linens, and she doesn't want to use the linens. I mean, she's
Well,
okay.
what's great about the program here is for people who want to eliminate that responsibility, then we provide it included in the
Yeah.
monthly fee. But we're certainly not saying that it is anything that has to be used. So again, you can use the chat feature to post a chat to either the presenter or the host or to everyone, and I'll be happy to read it out loud, or you can unmute yourself and ask the question to the residents directly. That's what they're here for, to tell you what real life is here at Residences at Vantage Point. I know one of the big questions I'm always asked is, how did you know it was the right time to make a move?
Well, my parents lived here, and they told me that I would know when I was ready. When I was sick and tired of yard and housekeeping and maintenance, I would be ready.
Mr. Moran, how did you know you were ready?
Well, my wife was ill, and then I got in an accident, and they found that I had a very low blood sugar, so they took my driver's permit from me. So I couldn't go to see her every day, which I wanted to do. And so that's when we started looking for a place. And this place seemed to be the best choice for us.
Excellent. So the ability to be together, even though you had different service level or care needs,
Yeah,
you're, as Ms. Fagan said, you just a hall, you know, walking down the hall in an elevator ride away. So
Sure.
there's no travel at any time of day or night. You don't have to try and get to a car or other transportation. So that's been something that's a really good consideration, because it's not something you think about right away.
yeah. And I had to say that we had lived here for 40 years. And so we had lots of friends here. And we had to find a place that was close to where we lived before. Because, you know, we thought that we would have a hard time getting people to come get us. And so we did it. Our church is close by. Our church has a transportation service. But everything worked out very, very nicely.
Right, location, location, location. It's oftentimes families are dispersed widely across the United States and around the globe. So the question is, do you follow your children and grandchildren to where they're living, or do you stay where you have connections to your church, your friends, your physicians, your medical care, the things that you are involved in, and turn over the changing locations to your children traveling to see you? That, you know, that's an important decision, an important consideration that the answer is different for everyone, but it is something that sure needs to be considered. Any other questions? We have a very enthusiastic group here for you. They'll tell you whatever you want to hear. Can we clarify the type of food that is served in the dining room, and is there a monthly fee that covers? I do enjoy cooking and baking, but also enjoy being with people. Well, that is something that the pandemic has certainly brought to the forefront of our minds, is how important socialization is and how important dining and having a meal with others can be. So the dining program is a declining balance dining credit, which is approximately a $350 allowance each month per person to spend on any of the dining venues. We really do have 4 dining venues that everything from takeout, sandwich shop or coffee shop to fully seated full service dining room, weighted table service. So, and delivery. I know, as I mentioned, we've been having delivery or takeout. If eating in the dining room isn't something that's either been possible like this past year, or you just don't feel like it, those are all options for people to take advantage of. And as far as on those occasions when you do want to cook or bake for yourself, the apartments all have fully equipped kitchens. And you can use your dining credit for guests. For example, if you wanted to have guest meals, or if you wanted to get some supplies or other items catered from the marketplace, you could do that. So that was very useful for people to be able to spend that dining allowance on a variety of uses.
We have menus in the dining room, and the menu covers everything from salads to entrees to desserts to sandwiches, and you choose and you order.
I would also like to add that as a member of the dining committee, we have a lot of input as to what we like and don't like. And we are very outspoken about it. And the dining staff does everything they can to please us, which is really quite a difficult job, I think. But we have a lot of input into everything that goes on here. We have a residents association and committees in everything you can imagine that goes on here. And the interesting thing is that we just don't meet with the residents, we meet with the director of that department. And we really find that our suggestions and what we care about is listened to. We have a gardening committee that has just done so much to enhance our garden, and the management has given us money to make it even prettier. So we get what we want pretty much. Sometimes we have to wait a little while, but we are getting what we want here, and we have a say. That is unusual from what I find out from my friends in some other areas. It's not that always that easy. We feel very much respected here.
So Esther, you're moving in at the end of next month. We look forward to having you here, my dear.
Yes, we are very excited to have a new resident come in, and we want you to be able to participate in the Residents Association, and you'll get to meet in person everyone that's here today. There was a question about, is there currently a wait list for entrance? And well, the answer is we do offer a signature club waitlist program for people who are waiting for apartment styles or apartment locations that are currently not available, or for those people who are looking to get to know us a little bit first. That is something that's an option. But again, we want to be sure people understand that, again, sooner is better than later, because the longer you wait, the more it's going to cost and the fewer options that are available. On that note, I will point out that although we try to make sure we keep any of the fee increases as low as possible, this past year has proven that there's been some unplanned expenses accounted for, and the cost of doing business for everyone, whether it's living in your own home and caring for your own home or living in a retirement community, does go up from year to year. So on July 1, that is the start of our new fiscal year. So I do want to point out that if you are interested in looking at residences at Vantage Point for yourself, anytime within this next year, I strongly encourage you to come visit with Tina, Katie, or myself and learn about your options so that you can lock in entrance fees at today's prices and save thousands of dollars for an incredible lifestyle that you'd be able to start experiencing really as you would want to. Because if you see us before July 1, we'll be able to help you with thousands of dollars of savings, as well as starting to plan your future and your future retirement life, and get to know all of the wonderful residents here that I see both online and here at the community, that they're excited to have everyone here. So is there anything else people who are not yet living here should know?
I would like to add one more thing about the food question and the food allowance. Bob and I never use up our food allowance, so there's plenty to go around.
And I know in pre-COVID times, when the dining rooms were fully operational, as the end of the month, middle to the end of the month, a lot of people had family over.
Exactly.
And they would have meals, have meals with their friends, with their families in the dining room. So we're optimistic that we'll be able to get back to that as well. You know, guest meals can still be delivered to apartments. That's not, you know, that's certainly something that can be taken care of too, so that when visitation opportunities arise, then there's that opportunity as well. So we want to be sure everyone has flexibility, everyone has choices. This is not a one-size-fits-all community by any stretch of the imagination. We offer a variety of financial plans. We have a variety of interests among residents. We have people from all over. We have people, a lot of people, of course, from Columbia and Howard County, but we've had people move in from New York, from Chicago. We have people who've moved down from the Northeast. So we've got people who have had varied careers and varied life experiences. Yet it's one big, it seems to be like one close-knit family. We're a little bit different in that we are not as large as some of the other retirement community options in Maryland and around the country. We have 203 independent living residences. So total population of residents is just around 300. And so we're a nice sized campus, big enough to have a variety of options, big enough to get to know a variety of people and have people of all different experiences and talents and tastes, but small enough to not become lost, not become a number, or not to become overwhelmed with trying to find a place for yourself within a community. Plus, you don't have to take a bus everywhere. You just get on the elevator.
In normal times, we have a lot of guests that come in during the week to entertain us. They're regularly scheduled. It's not uncommon to have 2 performers a week that play all kinds of music, and it's just a fun time to be together and to enjoy each other's company.
We also are fortunate to have guest speakers. And there we have Dr. Lazarus, who is the, I guess you would call him the hospitalist of
The medical director,
Yes,
Dr.
yes.
Andrew Lazarus, is the medical director here at Vantage Point, and he often provides lectures.
yes, monthly.
Monthly.
And an ex-spy whistleblower. Well, that's what he, yes. And I believe he speaks once a month.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
Mel Goodman,
yes.
and other continuing education opportunities,
We have-
lifelong learning.
Great decisions, and which will be monthly. And I'm trying to think if there's anything
Book
else.
club, there's
Lots
a
of book
group
clubs.
Bridge,
Photography.
photography.
Bridge,
The TED Talks.
TED Talks.
And the photo club, which I see a member of up on our board there.
Hello, Paula. And we have pickleball 3 days a week, although Bob and I seem to play every day.
There's no, like I said, there's no limits. We have a lot of fitness enthusiasts. We have a lot of walkers that go out walking both on campus, around town, and around the general Howard County area. So there's sure to be something that you're either currently doing today or had thought you wanted to try to get into that would be available. And so I encourage all of you to find out more, to give Tina, Katie, myself a call, talk to Melissa if you need anything more from us. Join in any of our virtual events that we've got planned coming up. And if you'd like, we can arrange for you to have one-on-one conversations with any of the residents that were here today, and to tell you more if you've got something, a burning question that you think of following today's presentation. I know we've gone for a little over an hour. It's about an hour and 15 minutes. So I don't want to overextend our welcome, but I do invite you to come in for a personal visit. I would love to answer any questions that you might have specific to your situation, as well as to show you some additional apartments and show you what we have to offer here at Residences at Vantage Point. I'd like to thank Heather, Leo. I'd like to thank Melissa for her work in putting this together, as well as Tina Hampton, Katie Travers, excellent lifestyle advisors. And most importantly, thank our residents, both those who are participating on Zoom, as well as our resident panel, Jancy, Bob, Harvey, Holly, and Bobby. You are great supporters of marketing, but great enthusiasts, as well as people who have great experience and love of Vantage Point and wanting to be a part of the bigger community. So thank you all very much. And thank you for joining us this afternoon. Please enjoy the rest of this glorious day, and we hope to see you here in person very soon. Okay, thank you very much.